If you've ever fired off a model rocket, you know the rush that comes with it. But for these young men and women, it's much more than just fun and games. They're all part of what's called the University Student Launch Initiative.
We're sponsored by NASA and we're working with the Hawaii Space Grant Consortium, and we're out here launching our test rocket.
Their rocket is called Lehano, and it's being built for a national competition on the mainland. For these students, it represents an opportunity to pursue not only a dream, but a career opportunity.
Overall, I just got into the rocketry and it's been really fun. I work on the payload sections, and it's the electronics that are actually the brains of the rocket. So it's actually the electronics that make our project. I love what I do. I'm fascinated in the aerospace industry, and I've always, ever since being a little kid, I was really into actually fighter planes and the engines especially, and so that's what actually captured my attention.
Dr. Jacob Hudson is charged with overseeing the rocket launch program.
What we're doing is we've been tasked to design and build a rocket, and this is for a challenge that NASA sponsors, and it'll be done at Huntsville. We're to build a rocket to go to an altitude no higher, no lower than 1 mile, and they have designed an electronic payload, an experiment that will run in it, where it tests the interaction with the Earth's magnetic field.
On this day, the group is conducting what's called a full-scale, low-power test launch as part of their readiness review.
So we test the rocket and everything but the full-scale motor in it. So we're using a lower scale because we've got a very limited field here. And if it passes this, then we're on to Huntsville. If it doesn't pass, well, then the real science begins. We got to figure out where we went wrong and redesign and build.
Final preparations, the rocket is loaded on the launch pad and ready for liftoff, but not before a warning.
Once it clears on the pad, we expect it to go into the wind for, I'm estimating, at least 1,500 feet. And then it's going to be coming down, and it's still going to be heavy coming down. So please, for God's sakes, if it doesn't throw its main chute, which you will tell, it's a green and black big chute, 12 foot wide. If it's a drogue, it's just a red and white chute. If it's coming down and doesn't throw its main chute, get out of its way, please. There it goes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, pop, do me. All right, there's a drogue, there's a drogue. I see it pop the main. It popped the main, now if it unfurls.
As it turns out, liftoff is a success, but the landing, well, that's another story. The main chute failed to deploy, but it's not back to the drawing board.
Oh, no, 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 no. Actually, what the test was supposed to do was to test to make sure that the onboard avionics worked. And they worked. That was actually, you know, I'm happy with that one.
Recovered on the field.
Yeah. Would have been better if the chute came out, but you know what? The drogue worked and the electronics worked, which is all we had to show.
And although mildly disappointing for the students, every blast-off is still nothing short of awesome.
1, 0. That adrenaline just rushes through your body. You get goosebumps. Just that sound just makes you go, you know? You get that's my biggest thrill, is getting it to launch and feeling that energy that's just pushing through that motor, you know? It's awesome to watch, so.
And the best part about it, being able to live the dream right here at home.
I think it's really cool myself. What we do at the Center for Aerospace Education, which is part of the Windward University system, is we actually take students who have never even thought about going into engineering or science, and we actually work with those students. So we assume they're coming in with almost no knowledge, other than just an enthusiasm for it. And then we kind of guide them into the right direction, and hopefully they'll continue with that interest.
Hawaii, launching rockets, girls with rockets. Real cool.
Yeah, it's not a boy, it's not just
Definitely not. People stare at you and you're like, they get scared, you know? So we'll see how that goes, but overall, we're a good team and we work together, and we're very thankful for NASA and sponsoring us and being funded by the Hawaii Space Grant Consortium. It's really awesome to be a part of it.